Hey Katrina. Hey Jay. Hey Kay. Hey Jackie. Hey everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oh. Hope all is well. Hope you had a productive, amazing Monday. Now let's double tap on the live. Let's get it to 200K so we can start the day with some guests. But I'm not a rapper. Relax.
See. Look, I
never mean to coffee.
I'm always Brighton. I'm Brighton.
Ever since I heard about the term feng shui in business, even at home, it always made sense to me. I'm no feng shui expert, but let's let ChatGPT give us the definition. Feng shui is a practice that originated in ancient China and is focused on arranging your surroundings to create balance and harmony in your
Director traits oddly king that everyone should have around them.
Maybe they're on Sean T. Adams.
They want to see me fall. And I will never sell my.
Well, let's see what they got.
Hey, all the queens, tap in, man. Make sure y'all DM your boy. Let's set something up. Let's go on a date. I'm feeling real handsome lately. You know what I'm saying? Handsome. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm feeling handsome enough to make a woman fall in love. Hey, all the queens, tap in, man. Make sure y'all DM your boy. Let's set something up.
You sound so slow, for sure. Like you really, this is not a face of a 19-year-old regardless. You did not know her age until I said it in my video or she said it on her post when she exposed you the first time. You sound so slow.
Set my intentions, I promise to slap all that hate out your voice. In my cup.
Let's see.
DDG, you gotta get here early, man. You gotta get here early.
I don't see it. Because I think his name is DDG, right?
Yeah, but see, he might be just viewing and the requests are too many. Listen, y'all, DDG, you trying to get in here, man? You gotta get here early, bro. Or tap in, message me on Instagram. It'd be tough. I'll tell you when we about to go live. That way you can be one of the first up. We'd love to have you up here, man. And anybody, that is there. Just Make sure you guys like hit me on or hit over here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you exactly how this is gonna go. The whole thing is gonna come out, and when it do, don't say I didn't tell you. Let's just get out of a 2-year so-called abusive, super high-profile relationship, and then 2 weeks later, they're in a relationship that is confident enough to post in 2 weeks, and that's normal and that's healing. Then hey, you do your thing.
Why do you keep saying 2 weeks?
It was 2 weeks. She just posted that YouTube video, y'all.
But when did
She left you 3 months ago.
Yeah, when
Hey, but you know the women check out. Listen, man. They check out mentally before they leave physical. Though, so you already know that shit, man.
Well, we checked out mentally then last month. We was listen, it didn't happen in a relationship because it never happened. Like the conversations never happened. Like it just like no. Like why do you guys, bro? You guys make it seem like women do not want revenge. Like people never try.
Anyways, let's see what they got going right now. Here we go.
Hello, yeah. Hi, everybody. Double tap on the screen so we can get to 200K. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. share the live. Let's bring it to 20K likes. Share the live. Let's get it to 1,000 shares too. Does it keep loading? Does it keep loading? I said 20. I'm in. 200K likes. Is it loading? Yes or no? It just loads. Double tap on live so we can get to 200K, y'all. I can't see. I'm gonna get my phone. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. Okay, let's answer some questions here. Jeez. Double tap on the live so that we can get to 200K. Because we'll stay here. I'll stay here. I'll be here. Let's see what we got. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions in here? TikTok live chat. Okay. Okay, we got one. Olivia, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Being very influential, owning a lot of just assets, honestly. Consulting at a very high level. Consulting businesses that are worth millions of dollars, helping them scale. Hosting women business masterminds globally, and just honestly be in a whole different place in terms of mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and just be way more elevated because every single day I'm developing myself. Olivia, would you do a jewelry tour? What are some of the most meaningful pieces? Has your king bought you any jewelry? He has bought me jewelry. He's bought me this necklace. A jewelry tour? I don't really know what a jewelry tour is. Maybe I'm just not hip enough to know what that is. But what are some of my most meaningful pieces? I honestly think anything, like I think this is a very meaningful piece for me. Right, the one that he gave me with the pearls, because I love me some pearls, and the little Georgia Armani sign on it, and I really love this necklace. I love watching your YouTube channel. Are you doing more weekend vlogs? I am going to post a vlog. I'll post it this week, okay, guys? You guys have pushed me. I will do it. Philanthropy work I want to do to make an impact. The philanthropy work I want to do is I want to build schools around the world in underprivileged countries. I think education and knowledge is the basis of everything, but I don't want to do traditional education. Well, yeah, like simple things like math and reading, but I want to teach self-development, like actually how to get to people's highest potential. And yeah, that's what I would say. Would Sean ever make the number of queens to 4? He could. He could. Pretty much could. Who knows? How to get better at a commissions-only sales career? Market yourself a lot. Mostly if you're doing a service-based business, sales, and it's online, I would brand yourself a lot. I would get on TikTok, post 3 times a day, and the best way you can do it is actually you can just go on TikTok and make videos just like about what you do, and parts of what you do, and then there's going to be people that are going to comment questions, and what you're going to do is you're just going to reply to those comments with a video, and you just made a video without you thinking about an idea. And that's how you go through a never-ending loop of content. You always have content because your content is just going to be on your comments. Just go to your comments and answer somebody's question, make a video about it, and you'll get there. You'll get to being known. Because if people don't know you, people can't flow you. People can't flow you attention. People can't flow you money. People can't flow you anything if they don't know you. You can build the greatest building in the world, the greatest coffee shop in the world, with the best pristine, luxury, rich coffee. But if people don't know that it exists, your business is going to never be successful. So you got to make sure people know you. That's what I would say. Ooh, somebody said best vegan restaurant to get breakfast in San Diego. I just moved here and I feel like I've stayed at the same place. LOL. Ready? Breakfast Republic. Love that spot. We go so much. I love Breakfast Republic. In San Diego, and it's so good. They have these like biscuits. They're like jammin' biscuits. I don't even know what they call them. But everything on the vegan menu is good. Also, get the pink lemonade there. The pink lemonade is so good. And also the vanilla chai tea latte is really good with like oat milk. And then a second one is, oh my gosh, this one is like really good. It's called Donna Jean in San Diego. This is really good. They have vegan mac and cheese. They have vegan pancakes. They have like all of this amazing stuff for vegans. It's an all vegan restaurant, so everything you get there will be vegan. They have, they have pastas. They have pastas. They have pizzas. But what I would recommend from there is the mac and cheese, as well as the hot oyster mushroom wings. Really good. Vegan mac and cheese is so good. Period. It is. Truly. Any countries you plan to visit in the future? All of them. But double tap on the screen, y'all, so we can get to 200K. I'll answer a new question when we're at 100K. Dang, we got so many good stories. I mean, not stories, good questions. Double tap on the screen. Let's bring it to 200K. 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 So, by the way, the countries that I would go to in the future. That's the next question I'm gonna ask. Let's see what the TikTok live comments are doing. Ooh. she's kind of not doing the thing. Victoria Vanna? Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
my name is Victoria, and I am from Puerto Rico, and live in...
Beautiful, Victoria. We can't see you.
Hold on, okay, it says turn on. I don't have good lighting right now, but I'm in my little penthouse too, y'all. Okay, can you see me?
No, no. You gotta press save.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay.
There you go. Period.
Hey, y'all. Hey, okay, I look a mess. So I know people come on here and they talk crazy to you, and I just feel like, let me gather my thought here. So I feel like you really are a dope person. I think you have beautiful energy. I think you're really, really young, so people tend to nitpick when you're younger and act like they never made mistakes when they were younger, because when I was 20, I was a fucking mess. So kudos to you for not being, out in the streets and doing whatever. But my piece of advice as a woman to another woman is, if you really look at the bigger picture of your life, and I know I don't watch y'all often, but I do see your posts, Olivia, a lot. And I actually accidentally was on a live, I think, like a week ago, and I accidentally hit, I think it was Kev's live, I accidentally hit a button, and then I was like in the live, and like you just saw, I don't really know how to use live. And Sean over there was like, I was like, hey y'all, am I in here? And he was like, get her out of here. Something. And I was like, what the heck? I literally didn't even mean to do that. So that was kind of uncalled for. Is there a technical problem?
I just wanted to talk to my queen. Is that okay with you?
Sure. So anyways, my piece of advice is, when I was younger, I met this guy that he was like popping on Vine. He had like 1 million followers, and I just thought he was so cool. And he basically took me under his wing. I didn't really come from a good family. My parents were like, I had a stepdad, the whole, like I went through it. I've been through a lot, and I felt like this one person really understood me, and he taught me a lot, and I thought he was just everything because he was like on social media and he was doing all this stuff, and it just really made me like admire him. And we were together for about 8 years before I started seeing red flags, and the biggest one is like just being controlled, like every little instance of what I was doing. And then he would be like, oh, well, I made you like who you are. Like you'd be nothing without me. And so that's my bit of advice, is to make sure you're putting into yourself and not just putting all your eggs in one basket, because I thought I was going to marry this man. Like I thought he was the sun, the moon, and the stars. And he may be, the love of your life. You guys might end up together forever. You never really know. Sean, I don't think you're a horrible person. I think maybe you have some ego issues, but we literally all do. That's who we are as human souls, is ego, unless you have an ego death. But I think the message of what you're trying to do is there, motivate people to be your greatest self and, put in hard work. And it's hard to be your authentic self when you have so many people just waiting to prey on you when you get into these lives. And maybe that's kind of turned you like instantaneously cold, kind of how you were like rude to me, because you might have thought I was like trying to talk shit on Kev's live, but really I just accidentally was in there and was like, oh shit, cool. Like I had just seen your stuff. I actually thought it'd be cool to talk to you. And then I was like, oh, damn, like, he was so rude. But it, you know, whatever the case may be, that might not who you may truly be on the inside, but just advice for both of you, not as a hater, just as a soul, is maybe take some time away from the social media and actually tune in to your truth, to yourself, who you are without social media, and who you guys are to each other without social media. And I think if you guys can bond without the trauma bonding of hundreds of thousands of people coming at you, then you have a long-term shot at it. And the other thing I was gonna say is, you know, if certain things that have happened in your past, nobody's perfect, and that goes for Olivia, Sean, everybody that participated in this relationship. Nobody's perfect, but at the end of the day, we're all souls and we all want the same things in life. And I think that respecting people's truths, respecting people's reality, to tell someone like that's not your reality, you don't know what that person feels. Everyone sees reality and feels things in a different way. So I think you guys could like get rid of a lot of negative attention if you just started being authentic in the fact of like, not so like, when people ask you a question about, I'm not even gonna say the name because you guys clearly know, and you're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I know you don't mean it in that way negatively.
I have never once said I don't know to a question.
No, not you, Sean, not you. But you know, Olivia, there's been times when people said something and you're like, they said, did you make so and so do this? And you're like, well, I don't know. And then I just thought that was very, even if it was like a playful, like you don't want to address it, you should just ignore it altogether, to be completely honest. And I feel like that would be more respectable.
So don't answer questions.
Just don't answer them in a manner that's like condescending.
I'm a little confused because you're telling us to be authentic, but then when you answer questions,
But that's not authentic to say you don't know if you made someone kneel and rise or not.
I could have done a better job and said that literally did not happen. You're right. So but I make mistakes.
It just sends the wrong message. Because I know you're not malicious. I know you're really not that person, but it came off as someone that was like very bitchy, if you know what I mean. And I'm not even trying to come at you. I'm just like giving you advice like if you were my girlfriend.
I understand where you're coming from, and I can see some of your points, but if me telling the truth is bitchy, then let me be, because I'm just telling the truth, and you're telling me to like be authentic, but you're saying I should just
That's
not
how you
address.
feel,
I should
then
not
that's how
address
you
questions.
feel.
So which one is it? Is it address the questions and be authentic, or don't be?
It's be authentic without being condescending about it. If I had a situation where someone accused me and my partner of belittling somebody and doing something just weird as fuck, and they asked me, did that happen? I wouldn't be like, I don't know, with a smile on my face. I would be like, no, that did not happen. Next. I wouldn't even laugh about it, because that's not even a situation, even if it never happened, to laugh about.
Oh no, I never laughed in that. And you're right, I could have been more clear, but again, I'm not perfect. Like the one time I make a mistake, I'm making the correction right now. You're right. I could have spoken more clearly, and I should have just said that never happened.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting up here saying like you're a horrible person. I'm just giving you some like sisterly advice on how to handle the world, because people are nasty and they'll take any little thing and deconstruct it. And now look at all this stuff that's online about your persona. I see people for who they really are. I can see it in people's eyes, and I feel like you really are a sweet, sweet soul that's just young. And when I was younger, I didn't know how to handle a lot of things, or I was really immature, but it was really just me being happy, and people mistook that for like stupidity. But in my mind, I was just so young and naive. Maybe it was stupidity, but to me, I was just happy. And so don't let people take that from you, because I feel like people can be really nasty towards you when you're just trying to live your best life. But that's really the advice I would give. And to also, like, y'all should get out of the house and go do something fun.
We do. We do.
But yeah, people are pissed because I'm not tearing y'all apart. I mean, there's you guys sit up here and watch them every day, but talk shit. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm not a fan of hate and capacity, but I was kind of annoyed when you were rude to me, Sean, last week. I was like, that's not cool.
Yeah, never want to be rude to people. If that happens, that's not how I mean to come off. What did I say to you that you felt like was so rude?
You basically were like, sorry, I just hit my blunt.
I think on Kev the Comics Live, people were trying to just randomly talk, and I wanted to talk to Kev the Comic. Like, if I wanted to talk to other people, I would have said that. But when I go on Kev the Comics Live, I want to talk to him. So, I don't know how anybody else got interjected there. All I know is it was a conversation between me and him, and then some random person joined. I guess that random person happened to be you. So, it wasn't anything personal. It's just like if I'm talking to Kev the Comic, I have no idea why anybody else is talking.
I can understand that. It was just I accidentally got in there, and that's the first time I ever been in a live. So I was like, is this thing on? And you were like, somebody get her out of here. Or you could have just been like, hey, don't talk, or hold on, I'm speaking, and I would have respected that. But the yelling just, I was like, okay, maybe he is a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely could have. I would also say it's probably rude to just, when somebody else is talking, you're in somebody else's live, to just jump in and just butt in.
Did you not hear what I just said? That it was I accidentally was in there, and I don't know how to use live, so I didn't know if it was on or not.
I understand that that's your perspective. Now, from my perspective, how was I supposed to know that? I'm not a mind reader. The only thing I hear is somebody interjecting in a conversation between me and Kev. So I was just like, yo, who is this? Somebody get her out of there. Wasn't trying to be rude, but clearly it's just a miscommunication. I think we live in a very just sensitive society, and everybody's just so easily offended.
I just don't think nobody wants to get yelled at. Period. I'm not sensitive. I
don't think I yelled at you, because I feel like if I yelled at you, that would have been clipped up to the moon.
Maybe that's just your talking voice. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I apologize. That's not my intentions. So.
Oh, well, thank you. See, there you go. See, it's really not that hard to have communication. And I really don't think that y'all are horrible people.
You respectfully, I think it's disrespectful to interject in a conversation. It was me and Kev's live. You jumped in it. There's 10,000 people in that live. They were there to hear me and Kev talk, not hear you talk, and you interjected. So I think that, what you did was kind of rude as well, right? Albeit it was.
You think it was rude that I accidentally got on a live?
I think it's rude that you jumped into a live, jumped into a conversation.
No, now this is you being a narcissist, and you can shut the fuck up. You can shut the fuck up with that. I'm not doing that.
See what I'm saying? But
No, I'm not. Olivia, look, baby, I'm not you. I've been there, done that. Sean, you're not about to talk to me crazy, boo.
How am I talking to you crazy? What did I say to you that's crazy? By saying to
Just
you
rewatch the clip, honey. You're a little bipolar.
You're interrupting somebody. It's crazy.
I was just being nice to you, you fucking idiot.
You're nice, but you're not kind. You want to sit up here.
Okay, this is insane, because I literally I was like, wow, see, you said sorry, so that was me being like, wow, telling the audience, see, he is cool, but you are a fucking piece of shit, so never mind.
No.
But I'm the one that...
Girl, you're gonna see in a couple years, and you're gonna see. Okay, go buy some more ties off AliExpress.
Just let her go. Let her do her thing.
Good luck, babe. Good luck.
I don't need luck.
Not you. I'm talking to Olivia.
Alright, we don't need your luck.
You do. You need prayers. You need prayers. Sean, shut the fuck up and go buy some more $2 ties off AliExpress.
Oh my gosh, you are so
Oh my god,
kind.
no one
You are
gives
so
a
nice.
fuck. You're narcissistic. Go. Your lip is really annoying.
Thank you. Anything else you want to say?
Olivia, one day you're gonna look back and you're gonna watch all these clips and you're gonna be like, oh my god, why did I ever ever
Maybe
include
once.
myself in this clown show.
All right. Hey, well, I have a question for you, Victoria. You got a business?
I actually have 3.
All right. Shout them out.
I'm good.
Yeah, exactly what I thought. See,
Actually, I could.
So, with that being said, guys, this is why we don't listen to you guys. You guys sit up here and project onto us. That girl came up here and projected her trauma onto Olivia because she had a negative experience. She wants to project that onto Olivia. Guys, she came, me and Kev were on. I guess she just jumped up there. I don't even know how she got up there and just started randomly talking when me and Kev were in the middle of a conversation. I said, who is that? Get her out of here. Like, who is that? Get her out of here. That was that. She felt it was so rude. Okay, I get it. Hey, wasn't trying to be rude. But guys, that stuff is like a front, right? I don't care about being like, I care about being real. I think it's rude to just interrupt the conversation, even if it's due to ignorance. I don't know that you don't know how to use live. I'm just saying, yo, I just hear somebody talking. When me and Kay were having a conversation, and clearly she felt some type of way. She showed her true colors. Yeah. This is why we don't take advice from you guys. Like, from some of you guys, it's not what you guys say, it's the energy behind it. It is. Right? Like, I can feel the superficial fake energy. Like, it's just like,
I was like,
the selective,
no,
I knew it was cap. That's what I think. Like, it's just like,
gosh, I was
niceness.
so surprised by that.
Come on, bro. I wasn't surprised by that at all. I was not surprised.
Well, I knew she was from Miami.
No, I was not surprised.
I think she was from Miami.
I was not
She had that
surprised.
little.
I was not surprised. I was not surprised at all. Guys, y'all be letting these people y'all are on one. Listen, guys. Do I have freaking character flaws? Yes. Can I improve? Yes. Can Olivia improve? Absolutely. I'm the main one that needs to improve. But one thing I'm not gonna do is sit up here and fake the funk. Cause that's what a lot of people do to y'all. They be, oh, we're nice. Say nice shit to you and then talk shit behind your back. That's not me. That's never gonna be me. I'm gonna be real. If I want to crack a joke, I'm gonna crack a joke. And y'all either love me or hate me, but shit, at least you know me. Now you know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be me. Social media is draining when you gotta put on the front. That's why people can't show up every day. We show up every day as us. We ain't got a front for nobody. Other people gotta put on the front to come up, and that's why they can't do it every day. That's why they can't maintain. You see what I'm saying? They gotta pretend to be something that they're not. That's so funny, bro.
People not see like this project?
Bro, they don't. As soon as she's like, well, I had this one experiment back in my day when I was cool. I once dated a guy off of Vine. Look at me, I'm so cool. I dated an influencer guy one time. Bro, people be talking about their own trauma. Listen, man, but I don't even want to make fun of her, man, because at the end of the day, love is a verb. You can only give it at the capacity at which it's created within. And she's loving us the best way she can. So she's doing the best that she can do. Shout out to her. We appreciate her for trying. Yo, what up?
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I was not expecting to be on here.
I wasn't expecting to put you on here, girl. What's your name and where you from?
One time I was on here. I was trying to join a live, and then I think, huh?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, what's your name? Where you from?
I'm JC. I'm actually from Mississippi. Can you believe? Now, what New Orleans got to do with Mississippi?
Man, they like right there next to each other. I was in Meridian, Mississippi.
Exactly.
New Orleans was like a train ride away. Come on now, don't act like it ain't basically the same. So with that being said, would you be in a poly relationship?
So I actually probably would be in a poly relationship.
Okay. And then what's the number one thing you learned from being on our live, from watching our live? Besides that, I'm a narcissist piece of shit. Is that what the girl said?
No, literally.
No, but seriously, what's the number one thing you learned from watching our live?
Dang. Who
You said
called
what?
you a narcissist?
You said what?
Who called you a narcissist? I was trying to see because you kind of like brought that up out of the blue.
Oh no, the last guest. She was eating, as they call it.
Okay, I don't know. I was watching it and I don't. Baby, she called them a narcissist. Did you hear that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. She probably did call you that though, so my apologies.
Yeah, but what's the lesson that you learned?
But yeah, so like the lessons that I've learned from the live is to like really watch people's actions for who they are, and you know, like follow their actions and not the things that they say.
Man, that's a good lesson to learn. Good lesson to learn. What's a way you think we can provide you guys more value?
So I feel like you guys could provide us more value if you actually answered the question, Sean, instead of booting people off the live.
What question do we not answer?
Well, there's a lot of questions that you don't allow Olivia to answer. Sometimes you whisper in her ear, and then sometimes I think you say something to her, and she chooses not to answer for whatever reason. So.
Okay. So you guys feel like I should not talk to my queen when you guys are talking, or at any point during the live? I shouldn't talk to her for 2 or 3 hours. Is that correct?
Well, I don't think so. I think when you guys get on live, I think it's kind of rude to be whispering to one another, even though you have that.
Have you ever did something like went on like I don't want to say a show, but have you ever like been in an environment where it's like you do it with your significant other? Like motherfuckers can't even go to the movies and not whisper to each other. So like if y'all can't go to the movies and not whisper to each other, how come we can't talk to each other when we're on live?
I don't understand what the movies has to do with you guys getting up on a public platform where you are public figures and being rude to your guests.
How we're being rude to. Okay, so when you guys are watching TV, if you're watching the news, if you're watching a reality show, if you're watching anything, you guys do know like people have like earpieces in and like there's other people talking to them while the cameras are rolling. Like you guys do realize that?
So that's not the same thing. You guys are like on here in like real time.
That's my point. I'm saying even on like live TV, like it's the same thing. Like you do realize that, right?
So I think you guys are scripted like live.
Guys, I know you guys. We're talking a live, but we do the best we can. But we have lives outside of live.
So are you saying that you guys are like scripted, like on live TV?
I think you guys take it however you guys want to take it. But we have businesses to run. We have families. We have all type of stuff. Like we have a life outside of live. So sometimes we need to communicate. Like.
Right, but you have to communicate while somebody's talking to you. Like I don't get it. Like you don't see how like this.
Whenever I feel like it's necessary. I don't mean any disrespect, but you guys find disrespect in everything.
I don't think, you know, like.
You guys feel like it's rude for me to talk to my queen. That makes literally zero sense.
I think they just feel like we're talking ish about them and we're not.
That's how they feel.
I never said that, Olivia, so please don't project that onto me. I know a lot of people talk about you in the comments, but I was actually getting on here to say, so let me get to my question. I was actually getting on here to say, have either of you guys ever been in therapy before? I know y'all saw that I was a therapist, so I think that was like why y'all booted me the first time and didn't allow me to get on.
You're a therapist?
Yes.
Let's go! Let's go!
And so I just want to say last night,
we hit the jackpot. We got the therapist.
Definitely did, because you got the best one.
Hallelujah. Come on, man. We hit the jackpot. We chilling. Oh my God.
I just want to say, so I was just in the comments.
I'm gonna let you answer first. Have you ever went to therapy?
I went to therapy once. I went to therapy once, and then after my first session, I was like, I don't need this. That's all I needed, and that's it.
I've been to therapy a couple times.
Olivia. Shine, oh my God, like I let you talk, like I really just want to talk to Olivia real quick, so I'm gonna actually take it. Yeah.
I was trying to answer your question, which you say I never do. So, my bad.
Absolutely right. So I was talking to Olivia, so that wasn't your question, so my bad. Not yet. You were letting Olivia talk. Remember, you let her answer
You
the
asked the
question.
question to us. So if you don't want to hear my answer, could you say, hey, this
I
answer?
do. I want to hear your question. I'm so sorry. I want to hear your question just in a sec.
I'm confused now. Do you want to hear my answer or you don't?
Okay, well, go ahead, and then I'll just go ahead and ask Olivia my follow-up question after you answer the question. Go ahead. You want me to go ahead now?
No, go ahead. Do you think?
You want to go ahead now, my king? Okay, so Olivia.
Could you do me facetious, but I personally don't feel right as a man with a woman addressing me that way when she's in the. First of all, you have a man, like, or you have a significant other. I know, like, you're joking, but please don't even joke like that. I feel like that's very disrespectful. Not to me, but to your significant other.
My significant other right here laughing.
I think it's disrespectful, so I would appreciate it if you don't call me.
So, okay, so Sean, I respect that. I totally understand. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so Olivia, I'm so sorry, Sean, for real. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to disrespect you.
Oh no, you're good. What's the question that you had after that?
Okay, so Olivia, I was just like wondering, when you said that you went to therapy, what was the reason that you went? When you said like you just only needed it for just like that one time, like was it an adjustment in life or?
I was just overwhelmed with work.
Oh, okay, so it was like a transition.
With my business. So I just went to like, I don't know. I thought it was like very overwhelming. So then I went, and then she just told me like, she was like, you can't focus at two things at once. And I was like, what? And then I was just like, okay, that's all I needed. And I've been fantastic ever since.
Okay, because you did say you had ADHD, right? You said ADD or ADHD, right?
That's what I said.
That's what he said. But
Oh, that's what Sean said.
Not diagnosed.
It's undiagnosed. Okay, I understand like the undiagnosed thing. One thing I would like to say about that for like everybody that's watching though is that like sometimes a lot of the symptoms can mimic other mental illnesses. So like some of the symptoms for ADHD can like mimic PTSD, and then it can like mimic, you know, like depression or anxiety. So like all of those things can like be a little bit different, and so that's like why we ask people not to self-diagnose or.
Okay.
I was just asking, but like, so you said that it was like a you said that you were transitioning from where you were dealing with stress with your job. How old were you? Were you 18 or?
I've never had a job in my life. I've always been kind of like in the self-employed business side.
Okay.
So I wasn't transitioning. I just felt like business was overwhelming. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing too major.
So it was recent, like while you guys were getting on the line that you went to therapy. Also, you were under 18.
No, I wasn't under 18. I was 18. I don't remember, to be honest. Like, it literally was so minute of like a memory and a detail and so insignificant in my journey of business that I kind of forgot about it.
Oh, okay. But you didn't forget that, like you just only went because you were having stress with your job.
Yeah.
Okay. Sean, did you go to like therapy when you were a child?
Both. A child and an adult.
Okay. Is that kind of like where you learned, or is the girl who was on here last night that was the psychology major that called you a narcissist? Oh, she didn't call him a narcissist either, did it, babe? He just kind of like brought that up. Do a lot of people call you narcissist or?
People call me everything in the book.
Literally.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna start calling me like Asian or something one of these days. He's like, I don't know, man. They call me everything in the book. They be like, you're purple, you're yellow, you're Asian, you're black, you're white, you're Irish, you're this, you're that. They call me every name in the book.
So like then, so I just, you know, I'm a therapist or whatever, and I'm not trying to be like therapize anybody or whatever. But like the things that people think that other people are thinking about them are really kind of like quote unquote sometimes the things that they're thinking about themselves. So I was just wondering, did you think you were a narcissist or not? I'm a good therapist. Y'all can book me if y'all are in Texas.
What?
What are you talking about? Wait, what?
I was talking to the people in the live. So, do you think that you're a narcissist, or like, what do you think? What you think, Sean? Do you think it? Like, it's just like a yes or no?
No, I want to make sure I got your attention. That's what I want to make sure I got.
I was looking at the comments. You're right. But so, yeah.
So, is there a difference? I'm going to answer your question, but like, let's follow my track. Is there a difference between having narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic traits and being a full-blown narcissist? Yes or no? You're a therapist. You should know.
Yes, and so you asked that question last night, and so yes, there is a difference. There is a difference.
Time out. So let me answer. Do I think that I distribute narcissistic tendencies or traits? Yes, but that's like 80% of the population, and a lot of super successful people tend to exhibit those. From my understanding, you become a full-blown narcissist or you get diagnosed with a personality disorder, not by having traits, but by having traits on a continuum, which means to a degree, maladaptive, which means it inhibits your ability to properly function in society. No, I do not think that I'm a narcissist, or I don't think that I have like a personality disorder. And so no, I don't think that my narcissistic tendencies or traits are to the point where it's maladaptive or preventing me from interacting with society.
Okay, I love that. Like it seems like you've been doing like some research. So that is kind of like the case with a lot of other mental illness. How about Sean? Let me talk. I did not disrespect you. Please, can I
And I
talk?
want to give you clarification. I didn't do research. The thing is, what people don't know, one thing about my career is I actually used to educate physicians. So I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I know a little bit about a lot. So go ahead.
Yeah, so like for all of the other diagnoses, actually, there has to be like kind of like maladaptive behavior. But for personality disorders, which is narcissistic personality disorder, there does not have to be maladaptive behavior. So a lot of people wouldn't even understand that doctors can be narcissists.
Which one are we talking about? What volume are we talking about here? Based off what? Is this volume 4 or volume 5 that we're going based out of?
We're going off of the DSM-5. And so the DSM-4, so let me tell you about the DSM-4. It only had clusters for the personality disorders. And so therefore it did have the names, but it went by clusters, like cluster A, B, C, D.
Yep.
Okay, so now the DSM-5 actually goes
by... reference on this? Can we pull up a reference? Since it's...
Oh, you want me to do my book?
Yeah, I want to pull up the reference.
You want me to do my book? Oh, wow.
Because we're talking about volume 5, so pull it up.
Babe, you feel like going to go get my DSM? It's up under my disc. It's up under my disc. But so yeah, so like for a personality disorder or whatever.
No. I'm hearing you. I don't want to hear respectfully your opinion. I want to see what the book says. Because we're talking about the book. We're not talking about your feelings. We're talking about the book. By definition.
Okay, here's for everybody. Everybody up in there is saying that I'm not a real therapist.
Excited as well, so everybody else can go and Google it and we can read along as well.
Absolutely. So it's the DSM-5. So if you knew anything about the diagnosis of mental disorders, then you wouldn't know. It's about the American Psychiatric Association. So everybody knows that reads the book. But I really do actually feel like everybody should read the book, in my opinion, because I think a lot of people, they use mental illness terms colloquially, and so that's the reason why I wanted to bring up, people calling you a narcissist or whatever, because to be honest, a lot of people are not diagnosed as narcissists because a narcissist would never believe they're a narcissist, and so it has to have like some kind of like insight for them to want to be able to go to therapy or whatever to actually deal with the illness that they are experiencing. And so that takes a level of awareness which a narcissist will never have, to be honest, because they don't feel like they're a narcissist due to the fact that they're a narcissist. So, I mean, it's kind of like a part of it, but we can go to it, and I can almost count it off.
I want you to read. No. Don't read to me the traits. Don't read to me the traits and the symptoms. I want to listen. Do not spread propaganda. I want to see where you said that personality disorders do not have to be maladaptive. And I also want to know when that change was made, because everything that I've ever studied and every doctor that I've ever talked to and educated said that, hey, This has to be
How did
now.
you educate people on? How did you educate doctors if you don't have a doctorate degree? That's so interesting to me.
Exactly. There you go, sir. I know. But I want that. We're not talking about me right now. We want to talk about this reference because you're about to get smoked. You set yourself up. So I want to hear. I want to hear.
Actually not, unless you had a DSM right here in front of your face like I
I want to hear
do.
the citation, that personality disorder.
I don't have to give a citation. Everybody knows this from the American Psychiatric Association. And to be honest, like I cannot diagnose anybody, so I'm gonna go ahead and give my disclaimer. This is not a diagnosis. This does not mean that Sean has narcissistic personality disorder. I cannot diagnose anybody through social media. I'm not a TikTok therapist. I'm a therapist in real life. And so I just want to let you guys know that, okay?
You have the authority, though, to diagnose somebody with
I
narcissistic
100%
personality.
do. I 100% do, actually.
What certification was that?
You don't have to have a certification. You have to be licensed.
So it's a certification.
Give a diagnosis. I'm a licensed professional counselor.
Would that be
I'm a licensed
would that be
professional counselor with a master's of science in counseling psychology
all right, first
and
of
a
all,
bachelor's of science in psychology and experiences in 2 written articles on interracial discrimination and a minor in forensic and correctional psychology for my graduate studies.
I'm trying to give you your flowers, but you just keep talking. So I'm literally trying to congratulate you right now. I have a question. First of all, congrats on all your success. Congrats on all your achievements. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of discipline to do anything, to even.
And I give out a scholarship every year. This was my 5th year. I've given out 10 scholarships, over $10,000 of my own money. I don't make that much as you, Sean. I don't give out that much money. But I just want to let you guys know that I do that for you guys who have a social science or you're in school for that. My interest is wildest dreams. Okay, go ahead, Sean.
I have one more question. If you're licensed, how come you can't diagnose me over me?
Because honestly, like what I'm telling you, I'm about to go ahead and tell you these the diagnostic criteria, but I don't know you in real life. So this could like be something you just do on social media.
Really quick,
You know
why
what
is
I'm
it?
saying? So it would also be against the law for me to do that. It would be against our code of ethics for me to do that because I don't know you. Like I don't know like how you present in real life for real, and so I cannot give you a diagnosis. I cannot diagnose anybody that's on here right now. So I just want to let you know this, huh? Yeah, and you're in California, and I'm only licensed in Texas. So if y'all in Texas, get at me. So I have the narcissistic personality disorder right here. I cannot put my
No, listen. You can say this. The thing about narcissistic personality disorder. Hold on.
Y'all see it in the comments? Screenshot this so he knows it's right here.
Hold on. Can you show me where it says to be diagnosed with a personality disorder? It does not have to be maladaptive. That's what I want to see.
How we do diagnoses. So the diagnoses go by the criteria, the diagnostic criteria, and it has to be a certain number of them. And for that diagnosis, it has its own sets. That's why I said every other diagnosis, it may have to be like a maladaptive pattern within your life. Like you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't do that. Personality disorders are not like that.
So when somebody has a histrionic personality disorder, that does not inhibit their ability to function in society.
It does exist on a spectrum, like you said earlier. You remember you said that?
Right, but to be diagnosed with the actual disorder, it has to be maladaptive. It has to prevent them from being able to function in society.
Well, one thing that having a personality disorder does inhibit is the function of having emotional intelligence, not being able to be aware of certain ways that you're interacting with other people, the way that you're inhibiting your interpersonal effectiveness with other people, like kind of like.
What does that word mean?
You said interpersonal effectiveness. It means the way that it means to the level of which you get along with other people. So the way you communicate, the way that you resolve conflict, etc. So.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like the way you're trying to quiz me is kind of like anti-black because it's a little misogynistic, or it might be both because I am a black woman that's very educated. I was just saying so I feel like he's trying to quiz me instead of just allowing me to.
If I question you, it should make you look smarter because you should have the answers.
I do have the answers, but I don't need you quizzing me. Hey, I've been out of school for a long time.
You've been in school for a long time, and yet you can't be reading
I've
one
been out of
citation.
school for a long time, but I
Read me
can
one
watch
citation
it.
where.
Read it. Are you ready?
Read me. Listen. Read me.
So-
What I want you to do is this. Read me one citation where it literally says a personality disorder can be diagnosed and it does not have to be maladaptive or inhibit their ability to function properly in society. Because
Okay.
people can show narcissistic traits. You can have narcissistic traits, but I want to see somebody having a histrionic personality disorder. And
I can read histrionic when we're done with narcissistic if you want to. That's actually one that I feel like people might feel like you are as well. So I'll start with narcissistic. So the diagnostic criteria for that is a pervasive pattern of grandiosity in fantasy or behavior, the need for admiration and lack of empathy, beginning by early adulthood and present in a variety of contexts, as indicated by 5 or more of the following. So you have to have 5 of these. So if you don't have 5 of these, then you don't have NPD. Like you just only have narcissistic tendencies, like you said earlier, Sean. So that is true. So number 1, the person has a grandiose sense of self-importance. They exaggerate their achievements and talents. They expect to be recognized as superior without commensurate achievements. They are preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. They believe that he or she is quote unquote special and unique and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high status people or institutions. They require excessive admiration. They have a sense of entitlement, for example, unreasonable expectations of especially favorable treatment or automatic compliance with his or her expectations. They are interpersonally exploitative. For example, they take advantage of others to achieve his or her own ends. What y'all talking about? I just told y'all that was
I'll tell you exactly what we're talking about. This right here, these labels, this is exactly why people don't go to therapy.
This is the diagnostic criteria. You told me to read it to you. I'm not done. Like I got like 4 more.
But you're not reading it to me though. You're not reading what I asked you to read. You're literally reading off tendencies, traits, which I've already openly and honestly, quite proudly, I admit that I possess. Do I think highly of myself? You bet your ass you do. I do. Because I put in the work.
I started it off by saying that you weren't. I couldn't tell you. So let me just finish for everybody, because I want everybody to know what a narcissist is so they can stop. Yeah, because I want everybody to stop calling people narcissists if they're not. So
I thought you wanted her to read it, Sean.
That's not what I asked her to read.
This is what we use to diagnose people, and I'm going to read to you.
I asked you to read a simple.
I'm going to read to you the differential diagnoses. I am.
You know what?
So that means.
You go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, the differential diagnoses, that means that if it's due to these other things, then it means that you don't have narcissistic personality disorder. So, I mean, but I'm not saying that you have it, so I'm going to go ahead and finish. So, yeah, the unwilling to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. They're often envious of others, or they believe that others are envious of him or her. And they show arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes. So just listen to this part. So it says that the essential feature is a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration, and lack of empathy that begins by early adulthood. So that means that it has to start by like 18, and it has to be a pattern of it. So if, sometimes you don't go along with their behavior, then you might not have NPD. It might be due to codependency, PTSD, because, hurt people. So you want me to read histrionic personality disorder, that one too?
I want you to read whatever you feel like reading.
Okay. I know you asked about histrionic earlier. Are you mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you at all.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Well, can I ask Olivia first? I have a question for Olivia, and then we can get to histrionic. Okay. Olivia, I just want to ask, I know you've been doing your chemical peel process, and I went through that as well. And so I was going through that also, and so I know how insecure can make a person. I'm not saying that you were insecure, but I know the comments were being super mean. And so I was just wondering, when you look in the mirror these days, because let me tell you the way that I found you. So, like, people were saying that Sean hit you. Now, I'm not saying that this is true, but people were saying that, and that's when Shanice was still with them, and they were talking about, like, your white shoes. And I was like, why are these people talking about this lady? And so, like, that's when I started, like, going to go look at the lives or whatever, and they were saying that Sean hit you and that you were in trouble, you were on punishment. And I was like, okay, like, let me look, like, a little bit more deeper into this. And so, you guys, like, I've been watching you guys for, like, the past few weeks, past few months, actually, every night. So I was wondering or whatever, like, do you say positive affirmations like I love myself, like I deserve the best things? I know you say things for like your financial stability, but what about how beautiful you are?
All the time. I think I look good. Every day I'm like, dang, I look better than yesterday. I want to be a hottie and a baddie every single morning. I'm blessed.
I love it. I love that because your confidence is so important, and you know it's so important when you're in a relationship, especially the one that you're in right now, of polygyny. Um, to not lose sight of your independence and who you are. But I'm wondering, and I ask a lot of my clients this, but this is not therapy. But like I'm wondering, like your values and your morals, do you feel like they come from you, or do you feel like you've adapted them from somewhere else?
For myself.
Okay. So what values and morals do you feel like you have from yourself that you feel like Sean doesn't align with?
I think we align.
Okay, so it's like none that, Sean doesn't align with, that you align with? What about your love for family? Because I was talking to other.
I feel like values have it's like a continuum on on how much you value certain things. So maybe it's different in we value different things at a different level, but yeah.
Okay. I can respect that. I was just asking because I was on here the other day and you were reading out of your book. I guess your what is it, life script or like the way that you want your life to be, and then you were like you wanted your mom and your dad, your parents to accept your relationship with Sean, and you were just saying, the polygyny is the part that they don't accept, and so I was wondering, is one of your values morals that you got from your parents or for Sean, or you just believed in polygyny before you got with Sean?
So in terms of what's the question? Is
Like I'm wondering where their value or their moral came from because it seems to be conflicting with your value or your moral of valuing family.
we both
Because it's like you're going against your own family to create another of your own family. So.
we both value family, but also we both value a lot loyalty. And
You guys, go ahead.
no, I was just saying.
Say this. What values can you get that come from somebody else? That don't come from somebody else?
I was actually, if you can like think of like how many people are codependent and dependent on other people for their identity.
When people are brought up, literally the religion that you are depends on where you were born. It depends on where you're born, who you're surrounded. The way you think, you have to be taught by somebody, whether that's school, whether that's your parents, whether that's your friends, whether that's people you hang out with. Guys, like, you don't just sit there and learn things on your own. Like, nobody just learn things from themselves. You have to learn things from other people. So that statement, that question doesn't even make sense. Like, you can learn through lessons in life, right? But see, here's the thing you guys fail to realize about me. My philosophy, a true leader doesn't tell you what to think. A true leader only points you where to look. I never tell motherfuckers to
You don't push to the wall.
No. A true leader will never tell you what to think. They will point you where to look. I only point people at logic and say, hey, forget what everybody has told you. What do you see? What do you actually see? And that's it. Because I understand this about people. They resist what they are told and they defend what is their own cognition, which is why you have people who will see a clip and be like, oh, this is an Airbnb. They see a negative clip of us, or they see a clip of us drinking tea and think the headline says that we're doing drugs, or they see a clip and be like, oh, Sean likes underage girls. So they create a cognition that all this stuff about me, and then when they come here, that is what they defend. No matter what I tell them, they will never believe it because people don't believe what they hear. They defend their own cognitions, right? People have to see things for themselves. Every good leader knows that. So I can never sit up here and tell her polygyny is the right way. When I first told her about poly, do you know what she said? She basically was like, boy, fuck you. And I was like, okay, I get it. Like, it's cool. Like, I understand that. She actually said, we don't align. That's literally what she told me verbatim. Isn't that what you said? We don't align. We have different morals. You're a great person. We have different morals. And I was like, okay. Do you know how she discovered that polygyny might be a decent way? I was like, okay, well, let's look at families. And she's like, no, but, and I was like, okay, well, how about your family? And I'm not trying to pick on her or anything, but I was like, hey, let's look at it. What happened with it? Why does it not work out? Maybe the system doesn't work. Why do people who love each other go through divorces? Please make that make sense. How can two people...
They have a divorce.
So the thing is, like, if you just look at the data, if more marriages fail, I feel that one. If more marriages fail than actually succeed, how can we sit up here and say that's a great system? If you go and get a 49% on a test or 50% on a test in a class, you're gonna be like, yo, you failed that. America is failing when it comes to marriages. Failing. We're failing, and we think that that is okay just because that's what other people do. That's what other people say. We see everybody else doing it. Oh, it must be true. But we never stop and look for ourselves. We never stop and look for ourselves. Actual data. How many relationships break up because of cheating? How many people, if they're walking down the street and the dude checks out a girl, if a dude checks out a girl, they arguing for a week. That's
What
crazy.
does that have to do with? I thought that polygamy was like about building a family. That's what I was wondering, like what cheating has to do with it.
You are right, but there's also a such thing as states of consciousness, all right? And your conscious is the only truly incorruptible thing of you. How come when you're at work and you feel it in your spirit, you're like, fuck, man, I'm meant for more than this shit, bro. This shit don't sit right with me, bro. I'm meant for more than the 1st and the 15th. But you don't know exactly what you want to do. It's because you don't have clarity because you're off the path of gratitude. And the closer you get to the state of gratitude, gratitude is the only emotion that allows us to tap into the infinite intelligence of the wisdom, infinite intelligence of the universe. This universal knowledge doesn't belong to me. Everybody can tap into it, but they just don't have freaking clarity between the substances that they take, the lifestyle that they take, all the energies that you're intaking from all these random people. Like, you guys are just so far from clarity. When's the last time somebody woke up at 3:30? You're a psychologist. You know this. You're a circadian.
I'm not a psychologist.
Or whatever you are, a therapist. You have education in psychology, so you know they say at 3:40 a.m. is when you're most aligned with your circadian rhythm.
That's a more holistic approach, and that's a scientific research thing versus.
They feel like taking lithiums and Prozacs and medicines will help you, but I'm gonna tell you this: there is never gonna be an.
Olivia go to my page and tell you I was on meds.
There is never going to be an external solution for an internal issue, and that's the point. Everybody's looking for something external to solve internal issues. And again, a true leader won't tell you what to
is
see.
researching my page on that
Only
page.
where to look. And I only tell people to look. If you guys don't know this, everything you guys to be great is already inside of you all. You guys just got to remove the stuff that's inhibiting you from living up to your potential. And I know this may sound crazy to people, but it's because a lot of y'all just don't operate on a frequency to even be able to receive a message as divine as this. I'm telling you, this wisdom, whatever it is, it does not belong to me. I'm trying to tell you, the closer you get to gratitude, the more clarity you will have. And if you really quick, if you don't have clarity in your life right now and you want clarity, there's 3 things across every single religion since the beginning of time that people have done for clarity. Number 1, long treks, walks and hikes. Walk a long distance. Number 2, fasting, going without food. And number 3, solitude. Spend time with yourself. That's why we wake up every single day and do self-development for the first hour and 30 minutes. Olivia is honestly better at it than me. We're getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to true gratitude. And that's how you can truly find out what is true for you. Most of y'all don't even think for yourself. Y'all believe whatever the media tells y'all, and that's what TikTok has.
Are you talking to me or the people in the comments?
All the people watching this, you gotta believe what the media tells you. Y'all don't even look for yourself. Y'all just read something and automatically think that it's true. Don't even look for it. It don't even have to make sense, and y'all just automatically think that it's true.
And so, Sean, I want to interrupt you real quick because I know the people in the comments like, and I got a bad memory. So like, Olivia, was you on my page? You told that man I was on meds. I'm just kidding. So, but Sean, back to the point like where you were talking about values and morals or whatever. I agree with you. Like sometimes people do like they learn values and morals from other people. But if you notice, because I am a spiritual person, I'm a spiritual person, so like I notice like when kids are born, they have like this way about them, and that is manipulate like by society. And so like I think it's true, like people can be manipulated into having like certain values and morals. But Olivia, so like I wanted to ask you the question again because I mean Sean wanted to answer it as well, but do you feel like you have any values or morals?
Between spirituality and religion.
For me, I feel like religion is following kind of like a doctrine, like kind of like more so like rules of a certain kind of like basically religion for lack of better words right now. But in regards to like spirituality, it's more so like having a spiritual connection with the universe, life, God, etc., astrology. Like I'm into all of those things. For me, that's what it means. But I feel like spirituality means different things for different people because it's the spirit that you connect to, in my opinion. So
it's very simple. You're right on a lot of stuff, but I'll simplify for you. Religion is about obedience. Spirituality is about self-discovery.
Okay. So that's your definition. And so a lot of things are subjective. So anyways, Olivia, so back to the question, like, so I was wondering, do you have any values or morals that you feel like have not been as a result of someone else, like your parents or Sean?
Yes. I would say for myself, I think like I don't really know if you would count it as moral. So you're saying like just a word, right?
No, I'm saying kind of like it can be like a notion. It could be like anything. Because values can be like I value my looks, or I value my status, or my family, or my religion, or God. Like it could be literally anything.
I mean, I figured out by myself that that education that's something that I really value, and also just always being your best self and working on yourself, and work harder on yourself than you work on your job.
I love it. I love that so much. I actually do.
I learned that myself, but we have the same value on that.
By the way, she's got so much stuff. You're just putting her on the spot right now. She teaches me stuff. Like, she's the only woman I've ever dated where, like, and I've dated doctors, I've dated lawyers where she says stuff that's so profound. I'm like, fuck, let me write that down.
Okay. So yeah, it's interesting that you say that like you value self-discovery, but you say you only went to therapy that one time, and then like you don't even remember what was taught in therapy. I'm trying to let you talk.
What did monks do? What did monks do? What did monks do?
They go into solitary and they look whole.
Alright, so really, this psychology BS that they feed you guys has only been around for the last.
All we do is teach people how to be more self-aware.
Years. Where was it? How did we exist beforehand? How did we exist before?
All we do is teach people how to be more self-aware. So to be honest, Sean, so all the therapists do not give advice. What therapists do is we teach people that what they have is within them, like you just said earlier. That all of the answers are within them.
If all the answers are within you, why do we need to go to a therapist? If all the answers,
some people need a little assistance.
People what I already know. Perfect. You teach people what I've been preaching. That the greatness is already inside you. So we agree. We're practically twins. Huh?
Oh, that is so funny. I have a twin, by the way. Y'all go look at my page. But either way, I just feel like it's not the same thing when you lack insight sometimes. Like like us a little bit more about ourselves, then we can
I
like
will
look
say
at
this. I will say this. This is the one good thing about therapy is the objectivity of it. A lot of times, this is one of my sayings, one of my values. Uncomfortable conversations create healthy relationships. A lot of the times, people that love us are afraid to have uncomfortable conversations. And a lot of times our friends and family won't actually tell us the truth. They won't tell us the hard truths that we need to hear to become the person that we need to be. So I will say the emotion taken out of a therapist telling somebody like, hey, you got this you can work on, you got this you can work on, you got this you can work on, can cause people to look within. However, if we had people who have more courage, like we used to be warriors back in the day, to have those hard conversations, therapists would be completely like unnecessary. Because you're saying the same thing. You're saying the same thing that I'm saying, and that greatness lies within all of us.
So why do you think that therapy is necessary these days? Because to be honest, like I have my own theory about it, but I want to know because I was wondering about like your upbringing and your relationship with your mom.
It makes money. It makes money. That's why therapists.
So what about you and your relationship with your mom? Would you say that you feel that?
What about the relationship with my mom? What about it?
Like, would you say that you've healed their relationship with her?
I never had a relationship with my mom.
Right. And so, like, it's sometimes like having to grieve that relationship that we never had. Like, have you ever heard of that before?
No. I've heard of it. I don't think that's what I'm doing.
No, I know. I know it's not like what you're doing. That's why I was asking, have you ever done it before?
I've never done one.
Heal that relationship because sometimes people can like use other people as a coping skill.
Yeah, you're gonna heal a relationship that never existed.
Yeah. A lot of people, I don't remember that. You know how like some people go out and like they have this hole within themselves or this void within themselves, and they're always searching for that thing to fill them up. I'm not saying that you're doing that.
You guys, listen, man. I will say this: you guys can feel how you want to feel. I think that blood and family are two different things. I think family is people that choose to be loyal to you. Blood makes you related. That's it. I grew up in foster care, so I learned to appreciate good people. Just because somebody is related to you, blood related to you, doesn't mean they have your best interest at heart. And even if they have your best interest at heart, it doesn't mean they're the best person to help you reach their potential. At the end of the day, I love my mom and I appreciate her for bringing me into this world. It's no bad blood, but it's just like we never really had a relationship. It is what it is. I'm not angry about it. I'm not upset about it. I will say, as a kid, I had to overcome feelings of being rejected and feeling like I wasn't great enough, but I dealt with that. I dealt with a lot of stuff. Guys, I've done so much internal work. You guys will be surprised. And the reason why I'm able to do this internal work is because I actually raise my states of consciousness. I get towards gratitude. I like to be grateful. Like, even when you guys hate on me, I'm grateful. I really am grateful. You guys don't know, but it makes me better. Adversity is a gift. It is a gift. And I know that if I wouldn't have grew up the way I grew up, I wouldn't have the character traits that I have now and be able to do the things now that I'm able to do. So I'm truly grateful for it all. I've had a lot of great women in my life. I had a great mother figure in my life. So I'm good. I am really good.
So I love that. I love that you brought up the fact that you had a great mother figure because that's kind of like the point that I was like getting at. We can't replace that person that wasn't there with another person, no matter who they are, even though we can't choose our family. Y'all being disrespectful. Why y'all being disrespectful? Oh my goodness.
All right, we're like, listen, the same way you crack jokes with the people in your background, because you've been talking to the people in your background, cracking jokes with them, I can talk to my queen. It's not, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. You guys are just some selective self-righteousness is ridiculous. You've been cracking jokes all day. And get Sean, you didn't want her to read that. I thought you wanted her to read that part, Sean. Come on, man, stop. If you can talk to your people, I can talk to my people.
You're right. I don't want y'all to kick me because I really love y'all. Like, I cannot believe y'all. My birthday was Thursday.
I told you we hit the jackpot. I found my twin. Come on, man. You said you got a twin. Now we're triplets.
Yeah.
We like the bachelor of the family. I look like the bachelor of the family because I'm the darkest.
Thank y'all. So I have one last question. Y'all.
What's up?
because Sean, I want to ask you the same thing that I asked Olivia. Like, I wanted to ask you, like, when you look in the mirror, can you smile and say that you love yourself?
Oh, you don't look in the fucking mirror. I wish I could take my clothes off. I literally wish I could take my clothes off and let y'all see what I see when I look in the mirror. Cause I look good. I look good. And you know I'm so proud of it because I get my butt up at 4 in the morning every day and I go to that gym and I put in the work.
Oh, I seen y'all at the gym this one time.
Yeah, I'm disciplined. You understand? Everything about me I made, I worked for it. It was built, not bought. You understand? So you damn right I'm in here like I look good.
Period. I seen y'all in Olivia.
Any queen that's coming into my life, girl, we're gonna be up in that gym. You're gonna be your best self. You're gonna get, the stomach is gonna get flat. And tell you every time you walk past the mirror, girl, look at it, cause you work for it. You work for it. And anybody that tells you not to feel yourself and not to be proud of what you work for is an idiot. It's the same way you're proud of those fancy degrees.
Now, you know I'm proud of my degrees.
The same way we're proud of the things that we do.
My fancy degrees, I love it. I got one last question.
I got one last. Whoa. I want to make it perfectly clear. When I look in the mirror, I be like, yeah, motherfucker, you look good. I just want to make that clear, in case it wasn't.
Do either of y'all have a passport?
She does, I don't.
Okay. Why don't you have a passport, Sean?
That's just not something that I like care to do right now.
So you sure it's not because of like kind of like the allegations or whatever of like what happened when you were enlisted? Olivia, now you want to answer something else? You ain't answer nothing all night. You done let Sean just take
You guys, listen. Like you guys just be saying like anything. Like I just don't want to travel. It's just not something that's on my bucket list right now. I'll travel when I'm worth over 10, 20, 30 million dollars. Now there is a trip that we got to do coming up in September. We got to take care of that. But like if I'm traveling, it's for like business. Like I do have one trip that I'll be going on in September out of the country, but I'm not really like.
Is it gonna be by cruise? Because you don't need a passport for this.
It's not gonna be by cruise. Really.
Are y'all going to Puerto Rico?
No, we're not going to Puerto Rico.
Oh. Olivia, I like the way that like you come to Sean's rescue every time, like, you know, to be his hype person. I think that's amazing. Because you didn't even answer any of the questions I asked you. But you made sure that it's okay.
Well, she answered every question. Now you're just
My answers are just simple.
No, Olivia, to be honest, like I'm gonna just be a little bit honest. Like your answers lack substance and they seem very vague because it seems like you're gonna get in trouble.
I think you just come up here and push silly narratives.
I think you watch too much clips.
Too many clips, superstar.
Yeah, I've been watching y'all for live every night, and Olivia, to be honest, like, and where did those questions come from that you be answering at the beginning of the live?
They come from our success group.
The 1% group?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You can't join that though. You banned. No therapy.
I don't know. I promise you.
I'm kidding.
Listen, Sean, I have been nice to you today. Are y'all gonna let me join again?
This was awesome. I love this. You've been one of the best guests that I've had up here. I like it.
Okay, and so who the fuck? Oh, my apologies. Somebody in the comments got very disrespectful. I just want to let y'all know.
I think the more you come up here and the more we talk, the more you would appreciate me.
Honestly, I feel like the more you would appreciate therapy. And I feel like every black person,
Tell me what I need to go to therapy for.
you know, like I feel like sometimes, even if we are
promoting, you've been promoting your business. You've been promoting your business since you got up here. I love it.
I've been marketing for 5 years. It's a thing.
I love it. Tell me why I need to go to a therapist, because honestly, what could you tell me about myself?
So honestly, a lot of people, they have this kind of like narrative of themselves that's kind of like not what actually exists in real life. So, you know, sometimes you can tell like by if a person can't take constructive criticism, because like if you know who you are as a person, then like what other people tell you, you won't believe it. Then you like, or you would take it. Even if I don't believe this, then this can make me a better person. And so like that's kind of like the difference between. It's kind of like the difference between like not taking constructive criticism and then being
a lot without saying anything. Can you answer the question? How would you help me improve?
You would know because you take one and no one, right? Because you do that all the time.
Cool. I told you we twins, triplets, whatever you want to call it. So I'm trying to help you the same way I be needing help sometimes. With that being said, what's your question? Like, how could you help me improve? I'll wait.
Okay, so therapists can help you improve by helping you gain
information. I'm asking you right
well,
now.
First of all, I mean, and hold on. I got a list for y'all. So a psychiatrist is not the same thing as a therapist, y'all. But me as a therapist, I can't help you because you're in California. I can only help people that's in Texas.
Funny how that works.
I mean, I can get licensed in California, but I don't want to. And I don't have a fucking list. I don't know where y'all get that from.
You do? Huh?
I have a list. I have a list, Sean.
You said what?
I have a list.
Remember when you were saying people can't take constructive criticism?
Oh, okay. I had a list then. That's funny. Anyways, so yeah, that's like how therapy can help you. But I feel like any Black person could benefit from therapy because of the generations that we've had of trauma.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
The generations that we've had of trauma. And so like it's kind of like embedded into our brain chemistry through evolution. And so
we will agree with that. We have I will agree with that, man. Being in entrepreneurship, how we think you know, the funny thing is we come from a deficit and we come from adversity just to get even. We gotta become a deficit. And people don't realize that sets them up for like entrepreneurs. Like all the character traits you develop, it sets them up for entrepreneurs. But we be sometimes so scared to take that leap and take it serious. Like it's the funniest thing. The thing that we're literally built for, we run from. The greatness that we're built for, we run from. Honestly, all that trauma that happened to us made us strong. You guys, one real quick. I know I go on a lot of stories, but did you know that during the African slave trade, when they were going bring the slaves over, 7 out of 10 slaves would die by the time the ship got to.
And why do you think they did that?
Oh yeah, be unalive. No, because of the harsh conditions, because they were packed in so tightly. Like it was back to back. So when people had to urinate, they urinated on the person in front of them, and when they had to defecate, they defecated on the person.
So you feel like it was a pride thing.
You gotta hear me out. Hear me out. They were packed in so tight. These were the conditions, and they had to make that voyage over. Some of them off themselves, but it only got around to about 15 to 28% of the original slaves that were brought from the villages actually made it to the Americas. What is the point? For us to even make it over here, we had to be strong and be survivors. Like people don't understand. They be like, why are those African Americans so athletic? Why are they so strong? We're literally built for greatness. You look at the NBA, the top echelon of basketball. What do you see? Us. You look at the NFL. For the most part, us. Like the top of everything. We're literally just built for greatness, and we don't understand that. The only thing we believe in is you got to be an athlete or you got to be a rapper or entertainer. This whole business thing, this whole entrepreneur thing, people are not realizing like you can go win at this. You're built for it, and we don't understand that. Our pain is our power. We don't understand that. It's an advantage. Look at us. Look at the way we look. Me and Olivia walk around looking like freaking superheroes. It's crazy. It's insane. Like, we just have so much greatness inside of us. We just got to tap into it. And the only thing I don't like about therapy is a lot of the times I think they have good intentions, but they try to suppress people. They try to tell you to be less than. They try to tell you to take your foot off the gas.
Honestly, I feel like that's kind of like your narrative on a daily basis when people come on your live.
They try to tell people, oh, if this makes makes you sad, that's a bad thing. You should run from it, guys.
No therapist does that, and that's how I know like you haven't been to therapy.
So check this out. When you went to a therapist and you was talking about having a relationship,
Olivia didn't go to therapy. She can't even tell me about the reason why she went to therapy. Okay, so like,
she's gonna tell you right now. Let's go.
Yeah, so
how old were you when you went to therapy? Number one, but how old were you? No, because you was just over there laughing, and first of all, you was stalking my page and told Sean that I was on medication.
What?
And then,
Bro, here you go with the narrative. She never
I
said
did not
that.
say that.
You seriously, you're just pushing these narratives that she never said.
okay.
What did I say?
Are you on medication?
No, I was just trying to see. I'd confirm or deny if I'm on medication or not, because I was just trying to see.
Tell us we don't answer questions.
But Olivia, so like you were over there laughing at me, something that I said, and then said that I had a list for mocking me or something.
Bro, nobody was mocking. Listen, we're not gonna get to that. You think whatever you want to think. With that being said, Olivia, tell her what they told you at therapy.
Oh yes. So I was dating, and I also did have a business. So I was like, this is a lot. This is overwhelming. And she was like, you can't do both at once. So you need to pick one. And I was like, okay.
Olivia, have you ever watched Mean Girls before?
Yeah.
Yeah, love that movie. I love that movie. Lindsay Lohan left that role.
Karen before she got Popular Vibes. The guest started saying that you were talking about me on your Discord.
What?
No, she can say what her
Now
therapist.
we're listening to the guest. You
So
guys
she
are so
can
funny.
say what her therapist told her. Her therapist can't say what they talked about, but Olivia can say that.
Listen, at this point, you don't want to see the truth. You just want to invalidate everything that we say. And we're going to go ahead and let you. Any other questions that you got? Anything else you want to add? I thoroughly enjoyed this. You have been my top 3 guests. No. You've been my top 3 guests. Oh, she jumped off. She was in my top 3 guests, y'all. We got Nicoya. Nicoya was funny. She's witty. We got. Who else was one of my favorites? It's got to be old.
Oh yeah.
And then this girl, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yo, man, that was a great conversation. I know y'all thoroughly enjoyed that one. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all being on. Man, that was a long one. That was a good one. We appreciate you guys. Listen, for those that are positive, for those that want to figure out that power within, I'm telling you guys all have greatness inside you, man. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, you guys have greatness inside you. All right? I am not perfect. I tell you guys every day, I am no better than anybody here. We are just a little bit further along in our journey, and we want to give back to you guys, man. We want to help you. The closer you get to gratitude, more tapped into your potential you will be. I'm telling you, man. The wisdom is all around. All right? Listen, hit the link in the bio, Sean_T_Adams. Also, make sure you guys follow Olivia on Instagram. Want to get her to 25K. Also, follow your boy on Instagram. Hit that link in the bio, join the 1%. We appreciate you guys. For those of you guys that have a business, we want more business owners up here. Guys, join the mastermind. DM me viral, okay? DM me the word viral on Instagram. We want to help you guys scale your business, all right? Scale your business, scale your business, scale your business. And we want more business owners up here. Want to get more attention on your business? Freaking wanna hit your first 10K month, 10K week, 10K day, whatever it may be. DM me on Instagram on viral and join the #1 mastermind in the world. Okay, all right. And that's not free, by the way. It'll cost you less than the price of dinner, but I will personally work with you on your business. Olivia is gonna help you blow up your TikTok and everything. Guys, like it'll be the best thing you do. All right, and remember, if spending money on your business is rough, remember, man, as an entrepreneur, you're a leader. If you won't invest in you, other people won't invest in you. So I hope that really helps. And guys, I'm trying to see what else. Anything you want to say, baby?
No, just click the link in his bio.
Join the Success Group. That's free. It's completely free. It'll always be free, guys. Okay. See, we love you guys. Peace.